At a summit of Pacific nations in San Francisco on Thursday, U.S. President Joe Biden said his face-to-face meeting with Chinese leader Xi Jinping emphasized the two countries' commitment to cooperate in areas where they both stood to benefit.
We're going to continue our commitment to diplomacy, to avoid surprises, and prevent misunderstandings. A stable relationship between the world's two largest economies is not merely good for the two economies, but for the world. A stable relationship. It's good for everyone.
But despite agreements in some areas, Washington and Beijing are far from eye to eye on significant points of tension. Robert Ross is a professor of political science at Boston College.
Well, we agreed to reopen military dialogue, but we have yet agreed to a meeting, so that could be pretty far out there. And once we have a meeting, we don't know whether it will be substantial. We agreed to cooperate on fentanyl, but nonetheless, most of our fentanyl comes from Mexico, and even precursors are beginning to be developed outside of China. So going forward, I'm not sure we really accomplished very much in terms of either helping the American national interest or alleviating U.S.-China tensions.
Biden and Xi met Wednesday ahead of the APEC summit. At a dinner Wednesday night, Xi told American executives that China is ready to be a partner and friend of the United States, and that there was plenty of room for bilateral cooperation. But the pleasantries may mask the real depths of a rivalry, where Washington and Beijing compete on trade, on technology, and diplomatically for global influence.
So I would expect going forward, we'll see more of these meetings, simply because both sides want to portray an image of cooperation, even as the president says very clearly, we're going to continue to compete.
Washington had tried to win over 14 other nations, excluding China, to join a trade deal, but that effort collapsed this week.